What's up, people? Welcome to yet another episode of the Machine Room Podcast. And there's
That's
nobody
right.
here, so I'm talking to myself.
What?
We just started. People aren't gonna come in as soon as you start. They're gonna roll in a little bit after.
Always.
Plus, we're late, so sorry that we're late. Blame it on us, because you
It's
guys
all
are
my fault.
weird.
It's all my fault. It's always my fault. But I like to blame it on my job. So, take that job, because I'm not gonna put them out on the spot like that.
I will.
Mm, no, fuck that. But yeah. But we're here, and I'm here, and we live, and it's episode 16, and we're gonna roll with the punches and see what happens. Quinceañera episode was good. Danny ID is here, so the doors is open and people are coming in.
That's what's up.
Exactly.
If Danny's here now, it's a party.
It's a damn party. And most important is that I'm inside and warm because it's cold as hell in Chicago.
It's cold here too.
Oh, did you get snow?
No, not yet. We don't have enough precipitation because New Mexico.
Well, be thankful because the snow has hit us and it hit us hard.
How hard?
Really hard. Sorry, I just took a mouthful right there.
That's what she said.
Ha ha! But yeah, like, first of all, it snowed on Halloween, so totally crapped over our Halloween. All right. And then it snowed again over the weekend? No, Monday. That was bad. But last week on the Thursday it was freezing cold. Monday was freezing cold with snow. And then yesterday, cold as hell. And then today, cold. And then the snow came back. So it's kind of snowing out there, but not like crazy.
Good times.
It's too early for this. Like 2 years ago in December 1st, it was nice and sunny and we were outside. I freaking visited Springfield, Illinois and learned about Abraham Lincoln and shit. I doubt December 1st this year is going to be such.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Just
Damn
gotta
global,
wait and see.
damn global warming that this damn president doesn't believe in and all those other damn Republicans.
Because they're fucking morons.
They are sheep
Morons.
moronics. Danny said all he knows is that he freed the slaves. It is true. But he didn't just wake up one day and he was like, I'm going to free the slaves. It was more of a political thing. But it benefited him. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of slack for that shit. And that's probably why he got shot in the head. One of the reasons. Yep. The Extreme in the building. Now we got two people in this thing. And remember, people listening on other platforms like Spotify and iTunes and Google, you're always free to join us in the machine room live on the chat room here on twitch.tv/machine room podcast. All right.
Yes.
I always feel like Rachel is better at plugging us than I am. Because you go hard, girl.
You did very well.
Nah.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
I did all right. I don't want to take all the thunder.
I set all that shit up, so like I just have it memorized because I did all the work.
Yeah, no, I thought you had cue cards and everything. I need cue cards. That's what it is. Just pop it up. Oh, this presentation brought to you by Orange Fanta. That's what HammerofVenus is drinking. So Orange Fanta, plug us.
It doesn't have caffeine, so I can pass out after this.
0 caffeine, Orange Fanta. Don't you wanna? Mm-hmm.
This is like loved by Mexicans, so I'm like an honorary Mexican, I think.
Is it really? I'll ask my Mexican friends. Do you love Fanta?
Fanta.
I think they got their own kind of drink called the Jarritos or something like that. And they love that shit.
It's not. It's like, oh, it's weird. I didn't like it.
Jaritos?
And I didn't like it at all. I was like, I thought it was gonna be like orange Fanta, and it was like, I don't. It's hard to describe. It was just not very good.
Danny said Jaritos out there in like gold. Well, you're from Cali, right? And that's home of the Mexicans, so I believe it.
So is New Mexico. This was part of Mexico,
There
hence
you go.
called New Mexico.
But are they called New Mexicans?
Yeah. Once you
Legendary
cross that
Ross is,
border, now you get upgraded. Then you're a New Mexican.
that should be the argument. Once they cross the border and they get to New Mexico, it's like it's basically Mexico. We're New Mexicans.
Nuevo Mexico.
Nuevo Mexico. And Mexico Nuevo.
Yes.
Huevos. This podcast is now brought to you by Orange Fanta and Jaritos.
There you go.
And New Mexico. The beautiful state of New Mexico. Oh, man. So the Extreme asks, what is today's topic?
Pickles.
Pickles. And why Legendary Ross does not like them. No, wait. She don't like... No. She doesn't like pickles.
Everybody should like pickles. They're so good.
Everyone should like pickles, but there are people out there who don't. And tell you what, cats don't like cucumbers for some reason.
Cats are weird. Dude, when I lived at my aunt's house, I remember one time all she had was like a jar of hamburger sliced pickles, and I ate that shit for dinner. It's like, that's good enough for me. No, we're talking... we're thinking about talking about...
We're thinking about talking about...
opposing views and debating, because people suck at it.
Yes. How so, though? Explain the topic.
Okay, well, the last part first, debating. People don't know how to debate. People just want to get the last word. People just want to be right. People don't want...
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
Wait, you gotta Bob Dole that shit. Let me get a pen.
All right, just hold it. I'm Bob Dole.
I'm Bob Dole.
Bob Dole knows.
Millennials won't get that joke.
Yeah, for you new kids, that was a big thing.
I loved Bob Dole.
He was a rock star.
More of him.
And yeah, Bob Dole was a rock
star. Ross Perot was my guy.
Oh, didn't he die?
I don't know.
I think he died.
Danny, can you fact check that?
I think Ross Perot died, man. R.I.P., man, if he died, because that guy was trying to get into the presidency since I was a kid. He was always at it. Every presidency, it was homeboy trying to get in there.
Yes. He was good at it. But, as Ross Perot, he was not a good debater. He just wanted to be heard. He wanted to get his point across, and he didn't give a shit about what anybody else said. And that's what most people are like nowadays. They don't ever take anything in. They don't ever listen to your point, or listen in general. They're just waiting for their turn to talk. Or, like we were talking about another podcast where a bunch of people were just arguing and talking over each other. So it was basically like a bunch of seagulls screaming at each other. Nobody's listening. Oh, wow. Yeah, he passed away July 9th, 2019.
See? Told you. R.I.P. Ross Perot. You try to make it. Now you could run for presidency in
in hell.
No, not you. Not Legendary Ross. Legendary Ross, like, I'm dead. You should call yourself Legendary Ross Perot. Yes. And that'll be dope.
I co-sign that.
Yes.
But yeah, like, people watch all this reality TV shows like fucking Jersey Shore, The Real Housewives, and they think that that's how people are supposed to talk to each other, and it's not. Like, people don't know what it's like to have, like, a good conversation.
So what you're saying is that people should just let each other speak, and then speak when they have...
I mean, yes, but I don't think it's as simple as that. I think it's something that takes practice. Like, a good conversation or a debate is like a good boxing match. It's back and forth. You want to learn your opponent. You want to learn when to hit, when to take a hit. You know, it's not just like a Tyson fight. You don't want to go in and knock him out in the first 3 seconds. I mean, you want to go 12 rounds and then go to the scorecards and see who won.
Exactly.
You
We
know,
here love boxing.
yes, I do. And or bite their ear off. Exactly, Danny. Don't bite their ear off.
Mm, none of that. We
None of
like to keep
that.
our ears so we can listen to the podcast. Ah, you like that? You like that?
That's funny. Or I saw this German boxer once. This guy, he knocked this guy down to his knees and then fucking punched him in the back of the head, and the guy was having spasms and seizures and almost killed him. Don't do that.
That's Germans for you.
Frickin' Germans.
No, that was bad German. I gotta work on my German. Legendary Ross asking which computer am I right now on? I am on my OG computer. So
Gangster.
yes, I am not have not set up the new computer yet. I apologize
That's
for
why I'm
people.
hosting.
Yeah, for people listening, I have a new computer and I just got it. It's an early birthday present. It's great. It's freaking fantastic. It's Trigun themed, and if you've never seen Trigun, I highly recommend it. It's Trigun themed, and I call it Vash the PC.
I like it.
Beautiful.
That's one of the top 3 best animes ever.
Ever, hands
Gungrave,
down. Mm-hmm.
Trigun,
That's right.
Cowboy Bebop.
Hell yeah. Funny, that was like the top 3 that I first started collecting. So
I think I'm like due to watch Gungrave. I do like once a year, so I think I need
you,
to watch it. I
you
haven't watched it this year.
the not the pattern, but the similarities between all these 3 anime is that they're all like 26 episodes.
Yes.
So this
Yeah,
just
they're
like
amazing. You get
bam,
it, you get in, you get out, you're done.
yeah, done.
It's like watching the epic version of The Godfather. It's like 8 hours long,
Hmm.
and it's the first 2 movies with all the extended scenes in chronological order.
Really
It's fucking amazing. I only
nice.
had to pause it like 2 or 3 times.
That's amazing when people make their own edits of movie, but I can never find them. Just like I could never find that one Batman Forever edit that made it more serious. Like Schumacher, was it Schumacher? Yeah,
Yeah.
Schumacher really wanted it to be, or something like that. But I can't find it, or something like the Phantom Menace without Jar Jar in it. I
Oh my
can't find that
god.
either.
Like, if you skip out all the Jar Jar Binks stuff and the whole pod race, that movie's actually pretty good.
I have no problem with the pod racing. I have someone at work though that reminds me of Jar Jar Binks. Like if Jar Jar Binks was human, it's this guy to the
I'm
T.
kind of terrified of the concept of that. I don't want to think about it.
I wish I could get a side by side, but that's gonna be a little bit tricky. Anyways,
Get some spy footage.
right? Just like sneak it in there.
Get some of those glasses as the camera. Like
It's
Lady
just,
Gaga's.
but it's like the picture of when you look up Jar Jar Binks and there's a picture of him just like squinting, looking serious and whatnot. That's his face. That's dude's face. There's no other Jar Jar, no happy Jar Jar, no smiling Jar Jar, maybe, but that squinting Jar Jar, that's his freaking face. That's his eyes all the time.
Astigmatism Jar Jar. His eyes can't adjust.
But yeah, I wish I could use the new computer, but hopefully soon I will. And maybe the show won't crash on me while I'm hosting it.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, I'm dying
So that's
to.
happened, what, like 3 times?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, but it's not today because HammerofVenus over here got this show going.
With the power of the Dell.
Yeah, they'll support us.
I have 3 Dells. They should give me money.
They should. And Fanta.
And Fanta.
And the Jaritos can throw it my way since you don't like them.
I don't. I was willing, like, I went in made it like an event out of it. I was like, yeah, it was like the glass bottles and you have to get the bottle opener. I was like, I'm about to do this right. And then I spit that shit out.
So it was like, all right, this is it. You had like a whole montage thing of you going to the grocery store, looking at each selection of ajitos, grabbing the right one. Legendary Ross says try the strawberry ajitos. They're fire.
They do. I like the Mexican Coke though. That shit's good.
Oh yeah, the one that's still in the glass bottle.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking God.
This woman right
They're
here.
taller. They're like.
Yeah.
It comes in pints.
This woman right here, Legendary Ross, is the one that told me about it. Like, these are from Mexican. I'm like, what? And then I look, it's like made in Mexico, and I was like, what? And then I tried it. I was like, what?
This is true. That's what's cool about New Mexico. Like, we get stuff from Mexico, but without the Montezuma's Revenge. So,
what's that?
That's the never-ending diarrhea when you try to eat or drink stuff in Mexico.
Oh. So that's how he's haunting everybody?
Yes. That's how he came back. It's diarrhea.
He must be messing me up. Fixing the camera. All right.
Unless you eat Taco Bell breakfast, then Montezuma's Revenge occurs.
I haven't had Taco Bell in a long while.
You're fucking up, bud.
I am. There's one close to me. It's actually a Taco Bell / bar because, you know, hipsters.
Yes.
And yeah, the box is just like what, $5 for the whole combo box, which is freaking.
My TV's still on. Hang on a second.
Oh, yes. The Machine Room Podcast is brought to you by, I think she's watching Rick and Morty, which, by the way, I haven't seen this week's, or what is it, like 2 episodes so far, Rick and Morty. I have not. They came back and they have only 5 episodes, and I'm like, what the fuck? You guys had a longer time. Ross, if you're so legendary, how'd your silver monkey make it through the hidden Templar? All right, first of all, the extreme. No, you need to learn how to spec. Learn how to spec. 2.
Who learned you how to spoke?
Who learned you how to spoke? 2. She doesn't have to answer your damn question. Not a damn question. But let's talk more about this opposing views and debating, which in the Machine Room, we always get off tangent, but it's good tangent as long as we're all interacting with each other, and as long as you're still listening to us and enjoying it, it don't matter. But I understand what you're saying when people talk and then they're talking over you. I kind of deal with that at work. I'm trying to talk, especially to my bestest of friend, and he just keeps talking over you, and I'm like, can I finish? Can I finish? It does get annoying, but it's how it is, because somebody always wants to like get their word in, you know.
Yeah, but it's I think just wait.
I think sometimes it's also about like they want to say it before their brain forgets it. You know?
I get that, but that's like memory and impulse control problems.
Many people have that. I think probably many people have ADHD. ADHD?
Yes.
Or ADD?
Which one's that?
I don't know. Attention deficiency disorder, right? ADD, there you go.
Yes. Is that the one where you just like stare at shit?
No, I think that means that you just can't concentrate on something. You're always like everywhere, you know?
Oh, you're all over. That's what my brain does when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's brain does. Fucking sleep, stay up.
Here's everything bad that's happened to you in the last 30 years, and go. I'm like, fuck. I
was in in a wrestling podcast. It's still going on. And when we started, we had a lot of people, and it was great. And it was fantastic. But it did come to that point where everybody just kept talking over each other. And I think, that's kind of cool. But it's also like, okay, can I finish? Can I get a word in, kind of stuff. It just needs you need that sense of order, like, all right, I'm going to say this and go. What do you think? Kind of like at TV shows. You usually don't have people talking over each other. And if they do, they make, they find a system. Try to talk.
You know who's really, really good at conversing?
Who?
Is Gina.
Yeah?
Like, she just fucking... you'll pause and think she's going to say something. She's like, no, keep going. I'm like... Okay.
That's true. Yeah, she'll let you keep going, and she'll let you say what you gotta say and never interrupt you, and then she'll take it all in and then regurgitate it back.
She's amazing. She's one of, like, it was so, like, I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying that...
No, I'm a piece of shit. I understand.
Most people during my day, not you, most people in my life, I don't get that. So when I got to hang out, or when I get to hang out with Gina, it was like taking a huge shit. It was just like, oh my God, finally somebody that knows how to have a conversation.
And a huge shit out your mouth.
And we talked for fucking hour, like nonstop, just back and forth, back and forth. It's just like ping pong.
Or as the Chinese call it, ping pong.
That was on the other day.
Was it?
Yeah, I was happy.
You guys haven't seen Kung Fury? No, it's not Kung Fury.
Balls.
Oh, Fury. There you go. Balls of Fury.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to Gina. Her and then another friend of mine, Carrie. She's like, we talked for almost like 24 hours straight one time.
Whoa.
Because like, she said the same thing, like most people don't converse. They just interrupt you or they wait for their turn to talk. So when you find somebody that you can converse with, it's so fucking refreshing.
It's true.
Like, and because most people don't, I like just hold shit in. People are like, you're so quiet. I'm like, you're not letting me talk, so I'm just gonna sit here quiet. So when you find somebody like that, then I turn into like a motor mouth. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Like I've been holding this shit in for a year. It's time to, decompress.
No, I totally get that too. When I talk to people, I expect whatever I am giving, I get back. Like if I'm talking this much or revealing as much or whatever, I want you to reciprocate it, and I'm not just going to like, okay, this, and that, and then you're like, yeah, and it's like, come on, well, tell me about your day or how you feel or something like that, I totally understand when like my friends are those people, I can talk and they can talk back to me and we understand each other. And then go to Legendary Ross over here. When I met her and we talked to each other, it just clicked. We're just feeding off each other, and I actually wanted to hear more about her, what she had to say, and that doesn't rarely happen. Sometimes you talk to somebody and they'll talk about themselves, and you're like, yeah, whatever, like you really don't care, but you find that one person and then you click. And that goes for me and all my friends. There's never a time when my friends talk and I'm just like, shut up, Well, maybe sometimes it's just like quit geeking out so much. But other than that, Scooby is a great listener too, and that's why he's been my boy since day one. Like that guy is my go-to brother, and he's always there for me. And he's a goofball, but man, that guy will give it to you. Like he'll be there for you if you really need someone to listen to, and he'll give you great advice, and vice versa. I mean, the guy mostly gives advice than me giving him an advice or whatever. But he's always there, man. And he's always got my back and everybody else around him. So yeah, bless that guy and everything that he has.
I've had some really good conversations with LP too. LP's really good about give and take.
Yeah, he the best conversations I had with LP though is when he's on a little bit of the bubbly, And that guy would just like go out and tell me everything. And that's something that he like. I'm a bit private. I don't reveal as much, you know, to a lot of people. And he's my bestie, and he always wants to know. You know, he always wants me to open up to him, to talk to him if I have anything. But I keep stuff inside because I don't want to really reveal it to him. I don't want to say anything right now. Blah blah blah. So when he does want me to open up, he's just like, "Come on, man! I just, you know, I want you to talk to me, open up." And then he opens up to me, and then, of course, I'm gonna open up back to him. But it's kind of he tells it as it is, kind of thing. And sometimes I don't want to be told as it is, you know. That's kind of another reason why I don't speak much to him. But like Scooby, he's someone else that is always there and always got my back. And, you know, these guys are my brothers, because my own brothers, we weren't that close. They were already older. I was younger, and they all scattered throughout this nation. I have a sister that I'm really close to, but of course scattered somewhere else, so I don't see her. And she's the one that I can talk to like crazy. And we never like really grew up with each other. We've seen each other like couple times in our lives, but we are so connected and so close when we are together that it's like we grew up together. But like I was getting to, my friends are my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, he's the youngest.
I'm the baby with a beard.
DX James says, I want to smoke a joint with LP. I do too.
You guys would want to. It's fun.
We're just gonna hot box the shit out of your room when I get there.
Oh, that's rule number 1. There's no smoking in my place.
Well, vape. That's not smoke.
Or in my car. Oh my god, they vape like crazy at work.
Vaping smells weird.
It does, and it's addictive. Very addictive. I'm really hot right now.
You're hot or you're high?
I'm hot. I'm not high. I'm not high.
Weren't you on edibles when we did our first show?
Oh, Machine Room?
Yeah.
No.
No, it was the night we came up with the Machine Room.
Night when we came up with the Machine Room, I was under some kind of influence. Yes.
I think I was too.
Shocking.
And that's why it was so fucking funny. And now we have
shocking.
all this. So
there's probably a lot of people right in this room. Yeah. There's probably people in this room like, Naz. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Did
I just let people down? I let people down. It's not even you who's a bad influence, but yeah, I was totally all over the place on that night, cracking up.
And it was amazing, and we have it on tape, and it's fucking hilarious.
Came up with the video game.
Yes.
Not
enough ammo.
Ammo. LP calls me out that it says ammo.
Ammo.
Not enough ammo.
Emus. Not enough emus.
Fuck you, guy. Ooh. All right.
Ammo.
Opposing views and debating. It felt like we just got off of that again.
We do that, but it's okay because we round it back. It's all roundabouts.
Oh, always. Roundabout podcast. That's what we're going to call this from now on. We'll change the name again.
Well, it's going to be the John Wick. I was going to change the beginning to the John Wick podcast.
Oh, man. I watched the video. Here we go. Back to John Wick. I watched a video today of this guy talking about the whole trilogy and how, you know, the influence it made to cinema, action cinema. It changed the game, you know, and how the evolution of it, like the creators did these other movies, like 2 movies with Dolph Lundgren, and then they had this story, and then Keanu saw the story, and then he wanted to make it, and blah blah blah, you know. This guy though, he said something that I couldn't exactly. I mean, I kind of agree. I mean, I kind of see what he's coming with, but I don't agree. Now, this is the part I debate with that guy, because he talks about how the first movie was fucking fantastic. You know, it has the perfect balance of world building and action and creating his backstory, but to a point that is not like it just feels like out of place. Like it felt just perfectly and flashbacks and everything. You know, bam, bam, bam. And that the second movie even was better and mixing the action and expanding the world and the characters, and really even digging more deeper into his backstory, and giving you, reasons behind the action. And that the third one was good and expanded some more, but felt kind of flat on some of that topic, but expanded on the action. And he feels like the second one to him is the best one, his go-to again and again and again. And then I was like, fuck you, buddy. That third one is fucking amazing. And that's the one I go to, or I would want to go to, because wow, was it great. It's just, but it's true in the sense that they go together. They all go together. Like if you watch them together, then yeah, it's fucking fantastic. If you watch it separately in that time frame, then yeah, I guess you can kind of see that. But it's all one big thing. That's why they call it chapters. Kind of like Back to the Future was part 1, part 2, and part 3. They're all one big piece. So I get what he's coming with John Wick 2, but to me, Parabellum is a fucking masterpiece. But it's a masterpiece because the other two build up to that.
Yes.
So technically, that's like the third act of a great fucking trilogy, of a build-up.
Of a quadrilogy or whatever it's called. There's going to be another one.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4, and who knows how much longer they'll go with it, but I'm all for it. I am all for it. But it's true how that movie did change the genre, how everything is... Like, that movie even impacted... You know how they say the Raid? Which, I don't know if you ever seen the Raid, HammerofVenus. Have you ever seen the Raid?
I don't think so.
Well,
I can't think of it.
Yeah, well, that's a movie from, like... Taiwan, maybe, or the Philippines? I forgot. But the two guys that John Wick fights at the end, the two ninjas, they're from the Raid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the Raid kind of like created a new genre when it came to action movies, because their fight scenes were gritty. It was real gritty fight scenes that when that came out and it hit the world and everybody saw it, Indonesia, that's right. Thank you, Kaiju. When that came out and hit the world and everybody saw it, that's when it started impacting other movies and shows, just like The Matrix impacted everything, when it came to fighting. So I would see like Arrow, and next thing you know, Arrow had fight scenes that were like reminiscence of Raid. Yeah. So then John Wick comes out of nowhere, and now you got everything like John Wick, and everybody wants to do a John Wick kind of movie and 8711 behind them, because they know how to do action. They know how to do especially fight scenes and cut them great, because American cinema, when they come to action scenes, they suck at shooting them and cutting them.
Oh, they have like the 3-second rule. You can't have one scene longer than 3 seconds, so it's like snip, snip, snips, and it's fucking irritating. Like, especially like Michael Bay or Jerry Bruckheimer stuff is the worst. It's so hard to get into because you're constantly taken out of the action.
It's shot after shot after shot, and I got two examples of movies that, to me, are not as great because of how they were edited and cut. Batman Begins, to me, is not as great because the fight scenes were awfully cut. Like, Nolan did
hideous. He doesn't know how to shoot fight scenes at all. They just look like dudes bumping into each other, then it's over.
Yeah, they were it was awful. And then Expendables, the first Expendables, this Stallone just fucked that all up, because it was like, I didn't know what was going on in the fight scenes, and it was just bad. The sequels to those movies, they perfected that problem, but those two, from my top of my head, were something that, when it comes to editing, just really bugs me a lot.
Let's see, and we can agree on that. We're not debating. We're not yelling at each other. We're not screaming. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know.
You don't fucking know. Expendable had great action. Yeah, that's right. Hey, you know what? I was here thinking like, man, we're having this off tangent, but this is a perfect example of doing a great debate.
Or conversation.
Bam. That's how it
We're
is.
not debating. We're totally on the same page. So this is just a conversation.
Yeah,
We're
that's
all
true.
about John Wick, and now
Yeah.
I want to see the raid. And when you were talking about that, it made me think of Ong Bak. I really
Yeah.
liked the. I love the fight scenes in that.
Yeah, exactly. Bak was something else that started changing, you know, changed the game and martial arts and action. And then Ray did it, Ray and Ray 2. And then John Wick just took it to another level. And then you start seeing all these other movies like, I don't know, I never seen Red Sparrow, but I did see, Atomic Blonde. There's some other movie that just came out that
Yes,
was,
Atomic Blonde is fucking amazing.
there was another movie that just came out by uh, 8711. I forgot what it's called, but it barely came out like recently.
Hot off the press.
Yeah, it was something just by them too. Some chick kicking ass, and I wanted to see it. Mm.
But I think the thing with those movies and that kind of action is they're letting the action and not just be like in the script, like, oh, they fight. It's
Hmm.
it's like storytelling with fighting, so there's like a back and forth to it, and it's like a ballet, like what they said when they made making John Wick. It was more like a ballet.
Yeah.
So it was like this very choreographed, but it doesn't feel choreographed. Not like
Yes.
other fight scenes where, like, Batman Begins is so overly choreographed. You can see Batman getting ready for the next thing, and then the stuntman getting into position, and it just feels way too fake.
You know what was a great Batman fight though? That fucking warehouse fight in Batman versus Superman,
Yes,
where Batman actually was fucking up people, gangster as shit. I felt like I was watching the game in real life.
that
And
is Batman shit.
and the best part was that Batman got fucking shot, and he looked at the dude who's like, motherfucker, and he fucked him up and then stabbed him. That's my Batman. I don't care.
Yes,
Batfleck was the shit.
I love Batflick. Rest in peace, Batflick.
Weston, please.
Motherfucker.
Son of a bitch, man. He kicked ass. We got that warehouse scene at least.
I love when he gets shot in the head and he just makes that grunting sound like, ugh.
Yeah. But going back to how John Wick changed the game and everybody going to 8711. I hope that's their name, and I'm not fucking it up. But everybody going to that stunt team for stuff, they're helping the new Batman and training him for those fight scenes.
Yeah,
So,
so we'll actually get some, like, fight scenes.
yeah,
That would be
because
amazing.
the Christian Bale fighting Batman was not my thing. It was too much elbows and some weird shit, and he didn't really get down for me.
He didn't move his neck. It just looked weird.
Yeah, he didn't get down for me. It's
I want to see, like, Batman fucking square up. Like, somebody comes up to him and he does, like, the Neo thing and just,
yes. You gotta be a cocky son of a bitch. This guy's supposed to be the best in martial arts. The best. You hear me? Batman, the best.
and not just one style, like, multiple styles. So,
Yes,
like, if
this
somebody
mother.
came at him at different shit, he'd be like, oh, I know that.
He had to switch it up. He's gotta be
Yeah.
like, oh, I know the monkey, and I know the praying mantis, motherfucker, and I know the bats.
I'm coming at you with that crane.
Yes, this guy's supposed to be the best.
He's not supposed to do some Indiana Jones shit and just shoot him.
It just like these movies really focus on his gadgets and stuff like that. Like, yes, Batman is all gadgets, but he's a freaking like master martial artist of so many different styles and smart as shit. So mix that with martial arts, which you're already smart of, fucking fighting and what to do. So this guy is like, give me a Batman where it's like Sherlock Holmes movie, with Robert Downey Jr., where they're coming at him. He's just like taking that time and like plotting it out and doing the math and seeing the trajectory of the arm coming at you and the legs and plot and saying what he's gonna do next, and then Batman fucks him up.
I imagine Batman would be a lot like Dexter. Because you remember that episode of Dexter when he fucks up that girl's stepdad and he's like hitting him in like organs and making his fucking body shut down? He's
Yeah.
like, if you ever put a hand on her again, I'll fucking kill you. I was like, That's what I imagine Batman of, like, he's gonna hit you in a way to disable you. Like, he's gonna fuck you up. Like, yeah, you're gonna pee blood tomorrow. Like, that's gonna happen. But he's not gonna kill you, but you're gonna wish you had died. So he's smart and he can fight. So that's what was so great about the Arkham games, because you got to just go in and just fuck dudes up.
Yes. It was dope. I was thinking about something I totally forgot.
Dexter.
This conversation. You
Dexter
said Dexter.
podcast.
Oh, right. You said the Dexter, like Batman hit impression points, and I was like, so have Batman be like Xena too, huh? Because Xena hit them points. You have 30 seconds.
That's my girl.
Yes, Xena all day. Kaiju says that they are planning to rock the classic blue and gray for the new one. Ooh. So the blue symbol with the gray suit. All I know is that the cast is really like intriguing me.
Me too.
They're picking an all-star cast here, and I am excited. And I hate all the people already hating. Let's give it a minute, people. They're on a roll here, and I have faith.
Let the movie come out first before people start shitting on it. Like, give DC a chance.
Hashtag give DC a chance. Give DC a chance.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Heath Ledger Joker, and now like everybody's like he's the best one next to Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. But let's never forget Homeboy in Gotham, because that motherfucker killed it all these years. He killed it.
Yes.
I don't know what his name is. I forgot. I always forget his name. Something. Manic. The dude from Shameless. Ian from Shameless.
The ginger.
Yes. Him as Jerome and Jeremiah Velasquez was beautiful. Beautiful. The final product didn't look great, but beautiful. Those years were great. Oh, that's right. They do have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. Guys, don't fuck it up, okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't fuck it up. If anything, they're starting to listen to us more now. Let's celebrate that we got Sonic the Hedgehog changed. All right, he doesn't look crazy and creepy. He looks legit, and I can't wait to see Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Oh my god, he was cracking me up. I'm ready. That's what I'm doing Valentine's Day. I'm watching Sonic the Hedgehog. Me, box of chocolates, Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's Juggernaut Day.
That is Juggernaut Day. So everybody mark that in your calendars and watch the whole Juggernaut trilogy only at MWEforlife.com for only $1.99.
$2, people. Help us out.
$2. And thank God, thanks to my girl's brother, he saved my computer. So the parody that we've been working on this months and months, practically this whole year, didn't go into oblivion.
Yes.
So, because I was seriously like down.
Did you
like,
cry?
I wanted to. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I wanted to cry badly because I was like, damn it, we were working on this for so long. I was so like on a mission now to finally finish it. And then last night, something told me, I put it to sleep when I went to sleep. And then it woke up by itself and I hear it. I'm a light sleeper. This motherfucker is like loud. You know, I mean, you can't hear it, but I could hear it. This new one, I can't hear shit. That motherfucker is just there. Like the sound is in some other dimension or something. I don't know what's going on. But this one I heard it, so I was like, whatever. I'm going to turn it off. So I go to shut down, but it says like update and shut down, which I always fucking hate. There's no other option. It's just update and shut down. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever. So I did that. I wake up. I go to my damn computer because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I'm trying to send it to someone so they can put the special effects on it. Actually, D Black, and then the computer just gave me a blue screen, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Something about like it's missing this thing, it won't boot up. I'm like, oh my god. So I tried to do it myself and try to repair it, and then it just got worse, and it just kept being in the loop. I was just down. I wanted to tear up. I was like, why the fuck did I turn off? I should have fucking put the main edited, like it was edited and rendered. I should have put that somewhere else because at least in the other drives it won't be affected. I shouldn't have turned it off. Blah blah blah. I was just beating myself up about it. And I told my girl, and then she's all like feeling bad for me, and then she said like I'm gonna do my best and get her brother on it, which is he's the one that helped me create the tower here. And so I was just down. I go to work, people talking to me. I'm down. No, on my way to work, some white woman crossing the street, and she just doesn't even stop. She just keeps crossing. So she just assuming like, okay, I'm just gonna, okay, we're supposed to stop pedestrians, but don't just fucking just walk into the street, like assuming that everybody sees you and they're gonna stop. So she just keeps walking, and then I keep going a little bit, but I'm not even that close to her. I'm still by the where you stop, but just a little bit over because I see her. And then I see her, and she just like mouth. She probably said it, but she mouths like asshole. That's what I see her saying, asshole. And I'm like, I'm just like there down, and then I see it, and then it registered a little bit second. I was like, what the fuck, bitch? So I get mad at her, get at me, and I'm like, today's not the fucking day. Like I'm not in the damn mood, and I go to work, and I'm just like giving everybody like the whatever and whatever. And they're all like, damn, it's like whatever. I was just down. My boy LP trying to cheer me up, and I'm joking with him, but then I just remember that I fucking probably lost work that I've been working on for months and months. And finally, later that night, he finally got to mess with the computer, and he got in like nothing. This kid is freaking smart as hell. And then I was lifted. I was like, yes, I can get in. I could try to do this. All's not lost, and I'm never turning off this computer again. Basically. Because I really, man, like I hyped it up for so long, and I wanted you guys to see it so badly. And if it had been erased, I probably would have been, I don't know, depressed as shit, man. It's just, the thing happened before, but never has it happened into this scale, because the ones that happened like ages ago, yeah, we worked on it, and then my computer crashed and it all went away. But then it was just that little time, and that was a time when things were easier to do. Now these days, it's not easy. To make this one was not easy. To get these guys together to do parts was not easy. So this definitely does not need to disappear into oblivion. I need to make it happen, and you guys need to see it.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? I really went on a tangent there. Hope you guys all love that.
Yes. And yours truly will be on there too.
That's right.
I'm coming out of the IT room.
I'm coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We have a lot of new stuff coming and happening. It'll happen all at once, so be ready.
The stream asks, can our dub go on the website as a freebie? I mean, sure. I mean, I don't see why not.
Because no.
It was pretty good. That one actually is with me, The Extreme, and Gina. Gina was killing it.
She always does.
Yeah, she was killing it. She played the part. So I say she was a star of that one.
We should have had somebody on that has opposing views.
Right? But who do we know?
Show, like, this is what you don't do.
Who do we know with opposing views? Like, I don't keep many people with opposing views around me. I don't circle myself with opposing views. I mean, I got something like, me and LP, we have opposing views on some things, but we're technically on the same page. I guess when it comes to music especially, we're like on the same page, but we're opposing. Like he loves. He grew up on the screamo stuff, you know, and we both like the hip hop. He's not so much into what I fucking crazy about like Fall Out Boy or Green Day and shit like that. He doesn't like that as much. We both love 21 Pilots. He actually was more of the fan first, and then I jumped on later. So I was like, yeah, they're cool. And then I'm like, they're the shit.
I like where your brain goes. You're just like you had a thought and then it just trails on.
And that's my head. Yeah, that's how it is. My bad. But yeah, I don't know anybody really with opposing views. Everybody's just like either they're yes man or they just have the same views. Not sure. At work though, shit, I could find a lot of people with opposing views.
Should get somebody from my family on here, cause damn,
They'll just oppose everything we say.
everything.
Every damn thing. But
I'm
there's
like,
people.
can y'all not like anything that I like? I'm like, fuck.
It's okay to be opposing, but there's some people who are like opposing, like "fuck you, I'm right" kind of shit.
Like hipsters or Republicans.
Republicans.
Now leftist people do that shit too.
I don't
If you don't
understand
eat
that.
soybeans, you're gonna fucking die, you piece of shit. I'm like, whoa,
Shit.
whoa, I don't fucking weird vegan motherfucker.
Soy. What's that movie where they're eating people?
Soylent Green.
There you go.
Soylent Green is people.
uh,
Spoiler alert. But
which
that's what.
reminds me of Logan's Run. That
That's
believe
a
it or
good one
not,
too.
yeah, believe it or not, I haven't watched it until maybe this year or late last year.
What's that other one like that? The one George Lucas did, like THX.
I never seen that one.
Oh my fucking god, really?
Yeah,
And you call yourself a geek?
I know. I always wanted to, but I never seen it. And you know what? It never shows up anywhere.
It's so good.
You would think like one of the streaming services or something would have it
It's
on there, but
it's like Logan's Run but better.
really,
It's kind of like that in 1984. It's really
I,
good.
I did see his masterpiece, American Graffiti, though.
I don't count.
That just showed up on TV one day. It was like by George Lucas. I was like, really? And I watched it. I was like, hey, this is Harrison Ford before Star Wars. Get out of here.
Yes, it is. He was a dick in that movie. It was fucking great.
I just feel like Harrison Ford is just a dick, period. Like, just in real life. Like, I will.
THX 1138 is what it's called, Danny.
Like the intro.
That sounded like a tornado siren.
There's some of those planted around the city, at least like more more north. I only seen one, and it was across the street from where I used to work at a U-Haul, and it went off one day, and I just like, what the fuck,
It's so
because I
loud.
never heard it before. It was like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
They're like,
they're supposed to do that like once or twice a month test.
hmm
Like they do the ones here for the um the forest fire. They do it like the 1st and the 15th. So like right when everybody gets their social security check, it just sirens go off.
that's how you know you got paid.
Yeah. Yeah, what did I say?
I thought it was
THX 1138. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Check it out. I'll check it out myself. I would
Yeah.
check it out
What was
myself.
the
You know
other
what?
two? Soylent Green and
Logan's Run.
Logan's Run and 1984. It's a good one.
Yes. Yes, watch that one.
All those movies. Watch all of them. Homework until next week.
Whatever you do, don't watch the HBO Fahrenheit 451.
I was good. It could have been better, but what was the one that? What was the version of Fahrenheit 451 that Christian Bale did, where they did gun fu?
Equilibrium is the greatest thing
Equilibrium. Yes.
ever.
It's the same thing. It's just called Equilibrium.
Yep. So watch that instead. Gunkata. I'm
Yes.
pissed that that didn't continue. Like that should have been a trend. Like every movie should have had Gunkata.
Absolutely.
Equilibrium was so Equilibrium. Equilibrium made me and a classmate buddies after that because I didn't like her at all. I hated her guts. I thought she was annoying. I was like, get this bitch out of here. But she was dating my best friend, which now they're married. And
So you had opposing views.
yes, definitely had opposing views. I didn't like her at all. But we all went to go see Equilibrium, and we had to go downtown. Like that was a movie that wasn't like in a lot of theaters. That was
No,
like
it was
selected.
like a limited release.
Yeah, it was really small, and we had to go all the way downtown to go see this. I like convinced my buddies like, come on, we gotta go. This movie look cool, blah blah. So we went, we saw it, we came out like, yo, this is great. But it was me and her talking about it, like geeking out, and they were like behind us, and there's like Sony and our friend, and they're like, what the fuck's going on here? Like they're cool and shit. We just became like we were good friends after seeing Equilibrium.
Like that scene in Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Exactly. Equilibrium made me and her friends. The Power of Equilibrium. Movie's so good.
But why did you have opposing views before that?
Oh, I
On
don't
that
know.
topic.
I forgot why. I just didn't like her. She was snotty or something. Snotty or something.
I
She
always get
was.
that. People always think like I'm like standoffish or I'm being a bitch.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yes and no. One,
Hey,
it's like I'm shy at first, and so I don't say shit. And then two, it's like I'm trying to learn what I can
mhm.
from you to see if I like you or not.
Mm, I forgot where I was going. Oh, like how you described yourself. That's how I felt about Carol. Me and her, we weren't cool in high school. I didn't really know her. I just saw her as a girl. I was like, damn, she looks stuck up, you know? Like, I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until, like, the Matrix Revolution came out. And how did we find, like, we slowly found out that we both liked the Matrix and shit like that. She teased me about Star Wars back then, though. I'm gonna get back to that. She teased me about Star Wars, like, that sucks, blah, 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 you geek nerd. But Matrix Revolution, and then she was like, "We're all gonna go see it," and we got together, and she got us the tickets, and we saw it opening night. She dressed up like Trinity, I dressed up like Neo, so we became best friends after that, and even uh, uh, better friends after we graduated and shit like that. But during high school, nah, I didn't think much about that.
Anybody that can geek out together over the Matrix, you're gonna be best friends forever.
Exactly. And then years later, she became a Star Wars fan. So, in your face, making fun of
Yes.
me. Shit. Geeks rule. We took over. We definitely took over. Like, if this shit was hot back in the 90s, that would have been great. But no, we were made fun of. And now look, all y'all all over that Marvel and DC dick and everything else geek
Posers.
motherfuckers. Fuck were you when I was growing up? That's the next podcast. Where the fuck were y'all when we were geeks back then, making fun of us?
Getting slammed in the lockers and not being able to sit with people at lunch. Get out of here, nerd. I'm like, okay.
Shit. I never had that kind of treatment, thank God. I felt like that was only like in TV and movies because I didn't see it. Maybe it was a suburb thing. Because in the city
I
it
got the
wasn't.
shit beat out of me.
Ooh, shit. No, not me. Not me. I was open about being a geek, but I was cool with everyone at least.
No, school is not fun for me.
Mm, well, then fuck those people.
And then, like, Then they try to get all like geeky after the fact. I'm like, fuck you. You can't
Who are
take my
you?
shit.
Yeah. Get out of here. I don't want to play D&D, you bitch.
Um,
I only played it like a couple times in my life, really.
you a damn
I don't
liar.
I don't think I really ever finished campaign. We like started a new campaign and we haven't even got back on it.
So I never got into D&D, but I played Magic. Like, religiously.
Ooh, shit. I never tried Magic either. I mean, I've seen like LP had a Magic phase. I go through these things because LP has phases. So he had a Magic phase, and I witnessed this Magic phase, and then that's it.
I had a Magic phase until I got a driver's license, and that shit was over.
Then you did it because you drove. You were like, "Fuck Magic."
Fuck all them nerds and their silly shenanigans. I have a car and a job. I'm fucking out of here.
We
I was
walked
like,
into a comic book.
ghost.
We walked into a comic book store once. It's not even around anymore, but this comic book store was like once the door opened, it was kind of like stairs, so it looked like a basement, just a big like endless basement. But when we were like, all right, let's check it out, we went there, we opened the door, and my like the front was just like comic book characters on the windows and whatnot. So you saw nothing inside, nothing could be seen outside. Just this door, you opened it, and we walked in, and it was like a western, a saloon where everybody was in their tables playing probably Magic, and they all turned and just looked at us, and we just stood there, and it's like this big whiff of must just hit us like, whoosh, and we're like, all right, we're getting the hell out of here. We just walked right back out because it was weird and very uncomfortable and musty as hell.
Yeah, they do that to see, like, oh, do we know this person? Because
Mm-mm.
they're so cliquish at this place. And I was guilty of that. Used to have a place like that. Um, and yeah, like, just newcomers came in, everybody fucking, like, I fucked them for the first hour until they were like, okay, they know how to play, they're cool.
Yeah, I couldn't hang. I couldn't hang. They'll treat me like crazy. LP can hang. He knows how to adapt. He's one of them. He's like low key one of them, but he doesn't like have that click with him. You know, like
Right.
he tried to make us into one of those click, or he wish we would be Will's click, but we're not. You know, but he could fit in like crazy. My comic book store that I go to, they do game nights like almost every day, especially on the weekends, and it doesn't feel like that because they have a little room back there, so you go in there and everything, blah blah blah. But never like, especially if you go to the bathroom, never do they like look at you and shit and like get the fuck out of here or anything like that. No, they just mind their own business. They're all cool and they seem great, but they're having a ball over there. I kind of wish I was into that. My girl and her brothers, they're into board games, so we have some board game nights, and now we just started this like D&D kind of thing, which me and my girl are not really into, but her brother and especially LP are fucking like fanatical about D&D. We had some fun. I'm all this is my only thing. When I play, I'm not serious. You know me. You know, even when we play games, I'm not very serious about shit. I just like to have fun. If I'm playing with people who are too serious about it, then it's like, okay, you're killing it for me. When I play D&D, I'm just having fun. I don't take shit serious.
That's why it's hard to play, like first person shooters with people because they think they're like at a tournament to win $1 million.
Always.
Stop fucking up. Get in my kill
Always.
streak. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, I just want to shoot shit and have fun. Like, I could be fucking negative 19. I'm just here to have fun.
Exactly. People are very competitive. Like I don't need all that. I'm all about co-op and whatnot. All about co-op. The extreme as
Zombies.
did y'all the extreme is did y'all know Stan Lee's wife was Madam Web on Spider-Man in the 90s? Yes, I did know. R.I.P. Stan Lee. I think it was today his anniversary. Or was it yesterday? Something like that.
Yes.
He gone. He gone, guys. And I saw it coming. Damn shame.
You know what's funny? Like, I hate when people do that, that kind of like quiz show shit. But one of my favorites to do is to tell when you ask people what Stanley's real name was.
Ooh, shit.
And they're like,
I
Stan Lee. I'm like, no, that was his first name. He abbreviated it. Stan Lee. His first name is Stanley.
His full name is Stanley Kubrick.
No.
I win. I don't. I know I heard it, but I don't remember.
Sliber.
Sliber?
Liber.
Liber. Okay, you had the little mustache thing going when you said it, and it sounded like Sliber. Stanley Liber. There you go, guys. You just learned that today here in the Machine Room Podcast. Stan Lee's real name. Take that. There's a new kid at my job who's called Xavier. So now every time people say X or Xavier, I'm like, huh? But they're not talking to me. They're talking to him.
Speaking of that, I was working today. I won't say where. It was at a store. And
Okay, so you said where? You
I
said
didn't say
where though?
where. I didn't say
At a
like
store
what
though.
store.
So the store. So everyone
I'm not
check
gonna
your local
shout it out.
stores. Check your local stores because you'll find Hammer of Venus there working.
Maybe.
One of
But
them.
I'm working and I hear somebody say my name. And I'm like, fuck.
Uh-huh.
And that means that you have to talk with somebody. And I turn around, it was my old drummer.
Oh shit.
And he's probably the reason I got kicked out of the band. And so I'm like looking at him like, what? And he comes up and he gives me a fucking hug. And I'm like, why are you touching me? It was just really weird. So I was just like really kind of brief with him. Like he'd ask a question, I'd give him like a one-word answer. I'm just like, where is this going? Like, you guys were pretty fucking clear that you didn't want shit to do with me because I said that somebody in the band probably shouldn't be drinking an 18-pack at practice. And I tried to put my foot down about it, and I got the boot. And now you want to be my friend? I'm like, no.
Posing views right there.
Yeah.
People be like that.
It was just fake. Like, he was asking me all this stuff, like personal stuff. Hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? I was like, why the fuck do you care? You know, and
Right?
like,
Was
I
he gonna invite
understand.
you and shit?
Yeah, like, I know none of that's gonna happen. That's not gonna be like, oh, we're gonna get the band back together. But fuck you. Like, it just really kind of shows like how people are fake. Like, you didn't really care. And then like there was just this awkwardness. There wasn't like a, okay, bye, see you later. He just kind of walked off, and so I walked off, and I was like, okay, that's that. So it was just weird. It was like, why are you asking me all this stuff when I know you don't care? Like, I know there's like that whole like conversing thing that people do, like, you know, like small talk where they're just trying to be cordial.
Uh-huh.
I understand that when it's from a certain type of people, not somebody that now has a negative memory in my mind. Like what, you know, they as a group decided to kick me out because of what I said about drinking.
Yeah.
And I was doing that out of professionalism. Like, I don't think it's a good idea that this guy's sitting there getting drunk while we're trying to practice. That's unprofessional. And then he's sitting there asking me all this shit, trying to be cordial, but just fake as fuck about it. Like, I don't like that.
No, I hear you. That's why if I have beef with someone, I'm not gonna like,
Yeah, you're not gonna be fake back. Like, you're like, oh, like everything's happy and okay, and like I'm all about forgiveness and shit, but like, there's a saying the Irish don't forget, and we don't. I may forgive people, and I'm not gonna sit there and harp on what they did, and I'm not gonna stay up, you know, thinking about it. Whatever happened, happened. Whatever it's done, I'm over it. But I'm not gonna forget, and I'm not gonna fucking sit there and be hostage to your fucking little, you know, niceties that aren't real. You're just like, I don't know. It's like, where is this going?
sometimes I think people just do it to just like be nice, quote unquote, and also to get dirt
Yeah, that's what I felt. I felt it was more like he was like in reconnaissance mission, so like he could immediately go tell everybody like, "Oh, I saw Rachel at blah blah blah, and
Mm-hmm.
she's doing this now." But that's none of y'all's fucking business because you guys made it evident that you didn't want me in your lives over an opinion, and fuck you.
In conclusion,
Done.
fuck you. No, I get that. There's people that I'm not cool with, and there's no. I don't want to interact or say anything or be like have the little small talk. How you doing? Blah blah blah. No, it's just. But I've been to parties, birthday parties, where someone else from high school is there, and they're friends of the host, but I really don't care about that person. Like in high school, it's like you were one of my least favorite people, and
Right.
your voice annoys the hell out of me. I don't like you, you know. And I guess she understood that too. So there was no like, hey, how you doing? Blah blah. It's like I don't have to say anything to you. If you say something to me, then I'll be like, hey, oh, what's up? Blah blah, and then move on. But I'm not gonna have a conversation with you. I'm not gonna break the ice. I
You're
understand.
not gonna sit there and waste time pretending.
Yeah, I understand it's like an old kind of thing in high school, but I really don't need to. There's not. I don't need to interact with you in my life. It's not going anywhere. You're not one of the closest people in my life. I don't care, and that can go for other people as well that impacted my life. That I just decided like I don't need you in my life. I don't need to have the small talk and see how you're doing or anything like that. Like no.
This bitch that beat the shit out of me like seventh grade at a birthday party at a church, like 15 years later, wanted to be my best friend. I was like, you can go right to hell.
At a church, especially after at a
At a
church, you go to
church.
Jesus, man.
And then I didn't want to go back inside because they were in there, and I stayed outside and I got sick. So then I was out of school for a week, and they told everybody that I was too afraid to come back to school because they beat the shit out of me. I was like, no, I was fucking sick.
Bitch ass niggas. Church is like high school. Let's not get into the whole topic of religion and the whole cult of it and blah blah. Let's leave that out. Let's leave that out. That's a touchy subject to people.
We don't bring that to the machine room.
No, 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 no. You
Um,
believe what you want to believe, motherfuckers.
no, but
Just don't kill
like
me.
what you're saying, like not giving them anything. Like basically, like he asked me something like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm working." Where do you work for? And I told him the company. Well, what is that? It's merchandising. Like that's about as much as I gave him. Then he was like, then he asked, he was, "So what else is new?" And I said, "Nothing." And it was just like, "Okay, I'm shutting this shit down."
Mm-hmm.
So I said nothing. He goes, "Oh, okay, so nothing." I was like, "Nothing." He goes, "Okay." Like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. Like, shut the fuck, stop talking to me. Walk away. Let me finish my job so I can go home.
Those awkward moments.
I don't. One, I don't like small talk. Two, I don't like having to talk to people I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And three, I can't stand fake motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like a triple threat of like, I'm gonna hit you if you don't get away from me. But I don't want to get fired.
But you wanted to. What are you up to? Bow! Riding the kisser. That's what I'm up to. You should have just
Knocking
been like,
motherfuckers out is what I'm up to.
you should have been when he asked you, it's like, when he asked you anything, you're like, wow, talking me all wrong. It's the wrong tone. You should have
I
walked in them.
wish. I wish I should have. It was like you always think of stuff to, after the fact, but in the moment you're just like, what's happening? Where are you talking? Who are you? Why is this happening? Like, what is this?
That's what. No,
Oh,
no, that should have
what?
been your reaction. That should have been on point. Actual reaction. Hey, Rachel, what's happening? What's going? What?
What?
Huh?
Who are you?
Just have amnesia.
You know how many times I wish, like, it's always like, again, after the fact that I wish I could have, there's always like that. I wish I could say I had amnesia and like, I'm sorry, I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
people. I had an accident. And then they'd be like, oh, okay. And then they just leave. And the other one is I wish I could pretend I was deaf so I didn't have to talk to strangers.
Mm. That's a good one.
Just,
Yes. Jesus Christ.
like, I want to go to school. I want to take night classes. I want to learn the ins and outs and be an expert at fucking sign language just so I don't have to talk to strangers.
I want to
Just in
apologize.
case that they fucking sign, I'll sign back at them. Okay, bye.
I want to apologize to our deaf listeners, which probably can't listen to us anyways.
This show now brought to you in Braille.
Jesus. I could have died laughing on the. That was messed up, man. That's messed up. We're not that kind of. But that was funny as shit. That's messed up. That was funny as fuck.
You know, I
And
don't
you
give
just
a shit about PC, so.
and you reminded me of the show where people are deaf and they argued.
You ever seen deaf people argue? They're just.
Yes, it was hilarious. It was a fight at the dinner table. And it was just the
Oh, they
quietest
go at
moment. And people
it.
were like, and I remember I had to watch this show because I was with someone who wanted to watch it, and I had to watch this, and I'm just cracking up. I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. This is
Um,
supposed to be serious, dramatic shit, but those two deaf people are going at it, and it's the most silent fight I've ever seen in my life.
when I was still with my ex fiance, we used to live next to this deaf couple, and they would be like on the porch or like out on the front like yard, just fucking going at it, and never said a word, but their hands were just like Crips and Bloods, just flipping gang signs, and sometimes they'd let out a and then they'd have weird makeup sex, and you could hear their bed slamming against the wall. I was like, good for you. Get that angry fucking.
They were gangbanging, then they made out, man. They had that really
What up,
hard
cut?
fucking
What up, cut?
hating sex. You know that sex after you hate someone and you just fuck them
Oh,
silly
that's
like
the
that.
best. I'm gonna
Hmm.
hate fuck you into the corner of the couch.
But as a
My
deaf,
head's stuck. Don't worry about it. Get some. I can't believe it's not better. We'll get you right out of there.
that was an episode of Martin. Her head got stuck
In the
in the
couch.
no, no, not in the couch, in the bed. The
Oh,
bed frame.
that actually happened to an ex of mine. It wasn't. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. But I
No,
heard
it's
about it, where somebody fucked her head into the corner of the couch and she got stuck, and she was just like, her ass is in the air and her arms are just flailing around. I was like, you should have just left her there.
boom, gotcha, bitch, and then just ran out the room.
Slap her in the ass.
Left the butt naked for the fire department to find.
Exactly.
So the machine room just went to a totally different direction. But clearly, Hammer of Venus has no filter.
Not in here.
And the machine room.
No. Here I could be myself.
Mm-hmm. Here it's all you. It's
I just build it up all week. I'm like out in public, and then I just bite my tongue, and I'm like, just wait till I get in the machine room and I can say all this shit about deaf people.
you just encountered deaf people all week. You're like,
All
I
week.
can't wait to talk shit about deaf people,
Like
man.
like old people. I see old people all day. I'm like, I just want to kick you down a flight of stairs, like as hard as I can, like fucking Hulk kick this shit out.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not. I'm gonna oppose that and not say that I want to kick old people, but I'm
I want
gonna say that I have kicked the person down some stairs. So
I want
I'm
to
not exactly.
field gold punt an old lady and win the Super Bowl.
They, I want to Captain Marvel punch a fucking old lady in the bus. Y'all wild tonight. Yeah, we are wild tonight. We are wild tonight.
I'm
You,
totally
you,
sober.
you did remind me that I was a good kid, but I treated one kid like shit. But he was a fucking like kind of like a bully. He was like my friend, but he was a bully. It was weird. It was a weird thing. But for some reason, he didn't beat my ass. He let me do things and get away with it. And then one time I actually wanted to fight him, and he didn't fight me. He just kept like dodging and just laughing. Ha ha ha! Stop it! Stop it! And I really wanted to fight this motherfucker. That's weird. I don't get it. That was weird. Like I never like I think we discussed the bully and the bully story I had, whatever he spit on me, blah blah. Then we became friends a year later. But like I never had like really like bow whatever and beat my ass kind of shit. This kid, I kicked him in the face. He didn't do anything. I pushed him downstairs. He didn't do anything. I tried to get in a fight with him. He didn't do anything. We were buddies. That was weird.
That is weird. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Thank God, I guess. I mean, I would have got my ass whooped. I'm not a fighter. I'll tell you that.
I probably said this before, but when I was really little, like 5 or 6, my
Was in a
mom,
fight club. I
yes, I was
understand.
in a fight club.
Hmm.
My mom pulled me aside and was like,
Don't be a pussy.
listen, if anybody pushes you, push them back. If they push you again, fuck them up.
These are the rules of a
Those are
mosh pit, by the way.
exactly the rules of the mosh pit. And those were literally her words, and I was like 5 or 6. I'm like, wow, my mom swore it all the time. It wasn't anything new, but it was like, it made it more prevalent to like remember it. I guess the
Uh,
way that she said it, because I've remembered it after all these years. So there was this boy that lived across the hall from us, and he was a grade um, higher than me. And he was like older and taller and bigger. And I used to be like, I'm tall now, but I used to be really, really short and skinny and petite. Like people used to think I was anorexic. Like,
Then you drink milk.
yes, I drink lots of milk and Subway. Like people used to give my mom shit. They're like, "Do you not feed her?" And I ate like crazy. But so this I don't remember his name, but the neighbor kid, the boy, he was bullying me.
What's the neighbor kid in Toy Story? We'll call him that.
Sid.
Sid. We'll call him
Yeah,
Sid.
call him Sid.
There you go.
So we had like this courtyard in the apartments that we lived in, and it had snowed and melted a few times, so it was just like ice,
Hmm.
and it was like people's footprints were like all jagged, and so I'm like trying not to fall down because I don't want to get hurt on the ice, and he's pushing me, and I'm like, please stop. I don't want to fall down on this stuff, and he keeps doing it. So I turned around and pushed him back, remembering what my mom had said to me. So he got like all mad and like double-handed pushed me. And luckily, because I was so much shorter than him, I was able to not, I was like catch myself and not fall down. And then I just went and fucking laid his ass out. I
Damn.
think I punched him in the stomach, but like as hard as I fucking could. And he just buckled down and was like laying in the snow. And so I just went home, and we lived on the second story. And so I went and immediately told my mom what happened. I was like, you told me what to do. I did it. She's like, where is he? And I pointed out the window, and he was still down there, like, holding his stomach. And then, so I thought that was going to be, I thought he was going to, like, leave me alone. So another time, he had me hang out at his house, and this was, somewhere in the 80s. So, like, the 80s WWF wrestling, he was trying to do like wrestling moves on me. And like I said, I used to be really fucking small, like crazy skinny. And like he was hurting me. I was like, I don't like that. And he kept trying to do like all this like jumping off the bed and like arm like I was like what are you doing? Like he had a little brother, he could have done all that stuff too. It was just weird. So I asked him to stop and he wouldn't stop. So again, like He kept doing it, so I pushed him. He pushed me back, and I fucking um. Somehow I got on top of him. He was on the ground, and I just fucking pounded his face, and his nose just like blew up blood. And I walked home, and it was just like those action movies where the guy's walking away to the explosion. It was like me walking away
Yeah.
to him crying. It was the funniest shit, and I never went back over there.
You almost you almost did the Sin City that yellow bastard shit. You're
Yes,
just gonna pound his face into mush.
nothing. Just
Jesus.
beating the floor in. But he never messed with me after that.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't.
That was like, God, like first or second. I was in first or second grade. I can't remember. I was little.
So if we made a boy band, you clearly would be the bad girl of the group.
Piercings and
Yep. We're like,
tribal
girl,
tattoos.
then you come in like, I'll beat your ass if you talk shit. I was like, yeah, well, she gotta play the part. Damn, you were a tough one. I didn't have any of that. But I feel you. I feel you. Sometimes you gotta stand your ground. Do what you gotta do.
It's that Irish life.
Clearly.
Fucking dudes up and drinking Guinness. And
I told you, I didn't like man up until early teens or something like that, or preteens or some shit. But I think I had mentioned this like in the previous podcast. It was just I was always the little crybaby and shit like that. Until finally I was like, fuck it. And then people were like, oh, don't fuck with him. And I was like, yeah, don't fuck with me.
were you like the little snitch kid that was like, I'm gonna go tell on you?
Was I? You know what? In the case, yeah, I remember one time we went to a we went to a house. It was a friend of my parents or whatever, shit like that. We went over there, and of course they're gonna do what they always do. Is like, here, go play with other kids. And I go over to the kids who live there or some shit like that, and they're playing this either Super Nintendo or Sega. I forgot what it was. They're playing something. And of course, I'm an outsider kid. Of course, these kids are not gonna want me to hang with them and fucking play with them. I understand, because I will be the same way. I'll be the same way right now if somebody just came in and is like, me and my friends playing, it's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't know you. So they, of course, wouldn't let me play. And I got fucking sad and I cried and they asked me what was wrong. My parents, and I told them, like, I can't play. And of course, those people were like, let them play. And then they let me play and I'm over there playing. But those kids were like really pissed off at me. So, but I'm a little ass kid. So, yeah, I guess that was the time I snitched. Other than that, after that, I mean, there was the bully that spit on me and I told my parents. They went over there and talked to them. Maybe I was. I don't know. I guess. I had my moments snitching.
Stop snitching.
I don't snitch anymore. You know what? No, bullshit. I'll snitch if I don't like your ass. For real. Okay, so I do because recently I did snitch on somebody. The guy's a fucking dick. I don't like him. He was an ignorant little bastard. He was supposed to be working. He was supposed to be down throwing bags into cans, getting shit ready, whatever, and then the coworker who's cool as hell with me came up. He came up, saw this guy just chilling. He was like, yo, are you ready? He was like, are you ready? He was like, motherfucker, we been ready. Where the fuck you been? Bye. And then he left. Then homeboy was supposed to get up and go and work and help them. Okay. You know what he did? He kept hanging around. He was even saying like, I'm trying not to go over there, blah, blah. I'm gonna be over there, blah, blah, later, whatever. And he kept hanging around. And then I was like, man, fuck this shit. This motherfucker should be working. And I called all homeboys like, hey, this dude? Yeah, he's still here chilling, motherfucker. So this was like, oh yeah, word. And then I was waiting for the drama to happen, for him to come in and fucking go at it, blah, blah, treat this motherfucker, who, by the way, is a really awful worker, left the job at one point, but got rehired because the new management don't know about him. So they don't know how bad he is. So
Stop snitching.
He came, but he came after I already had to go and start working on my next flight. So I didn't. No, he came when that guy already left. That guy finally left out. So he took a long ass time to come up, but that guy already walked out. And I was like, damn, I didn't get to see nothing, no drama, or whatever. I wanted this motherfucker to get treated. But no, fuck those guys, man. You know, I'm not gonna be here doing double my job and then motherfuckers coming in like it's nothing, this chill city and stuff. Especially this other chick who just be trying to get by her looks and shit like that. Like, girl, you ain't even all that.
This is a special announcement to stop snitching.
Unless motherfuckers ain't working, then you fucking snitch. I don't give a fuck.
Stop snitching.
Shit.
Danny said, Yelp reviews are snitch central. That's so true.
Oh. Yeah.
Stop
it's
snitching.
Like anonymous snitching and shit.
That's why it's hard to leave bad reviews on Google Maps, because it has your name. And like your picture and shit. And like if I go in there again, they're gonna kill me. So like if I leave a bad review, I'm like wrote that place off. Like I can never go back there because they know my name and my face.
They got you on a wall. Snitchers. Snitchers. Ooh, excuse me.
It's rare, but if I have really bad service or food, like yeah, you're fucked.
I never really spent time leaving a review or whatever. Like, you know, I don't care. I'd be like, that place sucked. Not going there. And I'm not gonna go and fucking. I remember when I worked at U-Haul, there'll be a section of reviews and we will read the reviews and see what bad reviews there were there. I don't think there was one for me. If there ever was a review, it was to my face where this guy thought I was prejudiced to Polish people because I wouldn't fill up his propane tank on a very busy day where there were people in line already before him, and he thought I was racist against Polish, and then
hating on the Polacks.
Yeah, and then he made a big scene about it in front of all these other people waiting for trucks, and then I helped somebody get to his truck, and then this guy is Polish, but he wasn't like that guy was like Polish, like I'm talking about like to the T, accent and all. But then this other guy came up to me, and he's Polish, but he was like, you know, Polish American, whatever, and he was like, yo, I saw what happened right there. You know what? I'm Polish. Fuck the Polish, man. They're pieces of shit. I saw what he did and how he talked to you. You're not racist. I'm like, thank you. He just thought that he came like, I need propane. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll get to you. And I had like 3 other people. It was like, propane. It's like, yeah, hold on. I had to go. Yeah, and I had to go run and do other things because at U-Haul, they don't have like a whole big team. It's like one dude outside.
I'm going to need you to calm down.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Taking me back, man. Taking me back. It's frustrating. It's so frustrating. On a funnier note, there was a guy who came. He was like, "Can I go piss? Can I go piss on your tire?" And I'm like, "We have the washroom right inside." It's like, no, it's fine. I want to go piss. I like pissing on tires. I'm like, all right, man, go over there and piss on that truck. He's like, thank you. He went and he did the deed, boy. He went and pissed on the tire, and I'm like, all right. That guy had a pissing tire fetish. He was happy with it.
You have to put it on the ground for women to pee on it. Take your tires off and don't pee on it.
Right? I'm like, sir, I can't take that tire out.
I remember this guy when I worked at Best Buy, and I wasn't like I didn't work in sales. I wasn't like a blue shirt. I was like the people in the black shirts that just like fixes stuff and puts out displays.
Uh-huh.
And this guy comes up to me and he goes, "You speak Russian?" I go, "No," and I don't have to. And I walked off.
You should have just said Dostoevsky, whatever the fuck that phrase is.
Da, dobry.
Yeah, you just said, "Comrade!" and then hugged him, kissed him on the cheek, and then
whipped
walked
out some vodka and just started fucking getting hammered, like right there in the middle of Best Buy.
Yes, finally, a Russian comrade. Brava and shit like that. It's like, oh shit.
That's what's up. That's what Irish people do together. We just like look and you're like, "Are you?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Eh."
Let's do it. I deal with. I'm assuming every pilot that flies Aer Lingus is Irish, and some of them don't give a fuck when they come in. Let me tell you, like you tell them like don't go in, they're like fuck it, and they're just going in. You're like,
That's my people.
fuck it.
We don't give no shits.
Clearly,
Speaking of which, you know that Polish is the second most used language in Ireland?
really, how is that?
A lot of Polish people move there. So it's like English, Polish, Gaelic. And Gaelic is like dying because so few people speak it.
We
Because
shouldn't
of the
let
potato
that.
famine, it almost killed our language.
Damn. In other words, don't eat potatoes.
Potatoes are awesome.
They are.
I had them Burger King French fried potatoes.
I went to a Red Robin and had them bottom fries.
Oh, those are the best fucking fries. Like that and some ranch. I could fucking live off those fries.
I almost died that night
Oh my god, they're so good.
because I was so full. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna throw up too.
Oh
So,
yeah. You need like in the Greek days of vomitorium, they should have
mm-hmm.
that at Red Robin for the fries. Like,
Bomborium.
can I get some more fries? Jesus.
They're bottomless, right? Keep them
You
coming. What
just
the
threw
fuck?
up like 3 baskets of fries. I know I want some more. They're bottomless, right? Let's get this shit going. And some ranch. Let's
So
go.
good. Is the ranch bottomless?
It is for me. I don't know.
So good. Like
Only albinos get free ranch.
right now I think about it and I want some more, but that night after that I was like the drive back was just quiet.
You'd be
And me,
hurting.
I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna throw up? Don't talk, because if you talk, you're gonna throw up. Don't burp, because if you burp, you're gonna throw up. And my girl is all like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I didn't tell her anything until I got home, and I was like, "Yeah, I feel I either gotta poop really bad, which is what I hope, or I'm gonna throw up."
Both. Come out both ends.
Oh my god!
And when I still lived in Cali, um,
I thought you were gonna tell me a story about you pooping and throwing up at the same time.
all the time. Every time I eat Taco Bell. No, when I still lived in Cali, we went, we had a morning meeting at Best Buy, and I had been up all night, probably drinking. So I was
As the
like, I'll
Irish
just,
usually do.
yeah, of course, you're just gonna stay up, go to the meeting, go home, and go to sleep. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then after the meeting, I didn't have to work, and a bunch of people were like, well, we're gonna go hike up to the Hollywood sign. I'm like, never done that. Fuck it, let's go. And I'm on like no sleep. And so get it, and it's hard. It's not like you're up there. It's fucking like crazy. So we get all the way up there, all the way down, and then I'm like passing out. I'm like fucking exhausted. And then they're like, "Let's go to Red Robin." I'm like, "Okay." And so the same
I
thing, like
guess.
you leave there just hurting. So then I had like the itis, and I hadn't slept, and we just hiked up to the Hollywood sign. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking pass out in my car. I don't know how I made it home,
That
but it was a
sounds
it
like
was a good day.
yeah, it sounds like a dope ass night.
It was a long ass day.
Yes, that's how it should be. Red Robin. Yum. I actually said that when we got to the door too. All I heard was yum. I was like, okay, I guess you know we're here.
Um,
How is it up there though? The Hollywood sign.
it's pretty.
Curious.
It's you're actually above the smog line,
Hmm.
so it's actually pretty clear. It's pretty.
And you say it's a mission to get up there though.
It's a like from where we parked in Griffith Park. Like Danny maybe can test this. It's not easy. It's not like there's like signs pointing to it and shit. You have to like go up and around, and then you can go down to the Hollywood sign. And they don't want you up there. Like you can go up around it, but like if you go down to the sign, There's fences and shit around it.
Oh.
Like, they don't want you getting to the letters.
Of course, because
And there's
people
a
could fuck it
bunch
up.
of like radio and cell phone antennas and shit up there too. They don't want people fucking with them.
Of course, I get it.
So
With
it's
that,
like a huge endeavor, like to get up there and then get back down.
that sounds like a mission, but I bet it'll be dope as fuck. I wouldn't mind doing that. I want to know the spot, and every time I'm around the airport, I'm trying to find the spot, if any, where say Garth and Wayne hanged out and watched the airplanes landing.
Where was that movie?
That movie was based in like
Milwaukee?
no, it was they were in Aurora, which is kind of
Right.
southern suburban of Chicago. Oh well, then I guess it's the other airport then, because if it's in Aurora, the airport closest to it is Midway, and Midway is literally like just like an airport surrounded by neighborhoods. So I
Yeah,
guess it's
so
that one.
there probably was a spot.
Yeah.
DFW is like that. It's like a fucking airport right in the middle of a neighborhood. So there's houses all up and down the runway. Like when you're in a plane, you're landing or taking off, like you can see inside people's yards and shit.
Look through their windows,
Mm-hmm.
seeing
This
what they're doing.
bitch was cooking.
When I remember the first time I stayed by the airport, it was for like a convention, which the convention is usually by the airport, and we stayed at a motel, and I'm not used to the airplanes flying over that low, so I was sleeping, and then you hear, and I'm like, oh my god, the world's ending and shit. I wake up all scared and fuck. I wasn't used to it. Now I just hear it like all the time, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, they're loud as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Where I
And I don't
used to
get.
live, like up in the mountains, it was like, desolate. There's not many neighbors. And they say that they don't fly at night, but you'd hear them like, you're like
Of
fucking
course,
shit yourself.
of course. I always live by trains though. That I'm
Oh
used to.
yeah. I like that sound when they're like in the distance and they're blowing the horn. Like that's nice.
Yeah. I always realize I always live on where I used to live before here. It was a train, but it was mostly like the trains that run from like the suburbs to the city, kind of shit like that. So like the metro. But at night, it was the long freight trains, and they'll stop, and all you hear is because the impact. They're just stopping one by one,
Yeah.
one by one, one by one. You just hear that
How did it
endless.
go?
Forever.
Yes.
Yes.
Um. Yes. So I
Mm-hmm.
did want to talk more about opposing views, especially on how, especially people online.
Oh no. Don't debate with someone
Um.
online.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing because then they'll come up with like fake articles and your mom's a cunt and I hate your face and it's brutal. But
I
like you see it a lot with the way that everything is so political now. Like you're either left or you're right, and I feel like
mm-hmm.
what if you're neither?
Mm-hmm. No, I ain't gonna fuck with
These
anyone.
people hate those people, and like why? Like if you could just fucking have a conversation and see that you're talking either about totally different shit and you keep bunching it together, or you're talking about the same thing. And if you guys could just find some fucking middle ground and shut the fuck up.
Now, if it's on the internet, it's much more easier because you could just talk shit and nothing's gonna happen because you're not face to face, and you could be also super anonymous.
That's just like it's so chicken shit to do it, like especially all the trolling and stuff like that. Like they're just like getting people riled up just to get them riled up. Like like
It's
oh,
true.
you don't agree with me, fuck you. And it's like, okay, wow. Opposed to like, well, why do you think like that? Why do you say that? Like, where are you getting this? Like, probe them a bit. Like, dig in and see where they're coming from. Try to have some fucking empathy and be like, okay, I see what you're saying, but why? Like,
Empathy on the internet? What? That doesn't exist.
no.
Okay, it exists, but it's very fucking rare. There's no empathy. Everybody wants to freaking shoot a gun on their comments, and that's one of the most like. Sometimes I will see something and be like, "All right, let me read the comments," and just spend a good time just going through the comments. Like, damn,
You
people
can't.
are really people are really going off about it.
And like if you go back like 5, 6 years, there used to be a comment section on everything, like news stories, chat room, like everything had a fucking comment section. And so
Mm-hmm.
many of those things and websites have done away with them because of how toxic they were. Like people were
Mm-hmm.
starting shit just to start shit. And it wasn't even about opposing views, it was about just trolling and fucking like how many times you can say the N word. It was brutal. And then like
What?
the
Tarantino was there?
yes, like the biggest dumpster fires is YouTube comments. Like there's an extension on Google Chrome where it'll hide all the YouTube comments just so you don't have to see them because they're so fucking awful. Like I've seen stuff that's been like the most like middleist Taoist peaceful Buddhist kind of video, and they're like, "You're an Obama voting piece of shit." What the fuck? Like, can nobody have anything of like goodness? Can
No.
everything has to be well, if you don't pick, then you're just for the opposite side. That doesn't make any sense, especially
Everybody
in
gotta give.
PC culture.
Yeah, everybody gotta give their 2 cents, and they all believe they're right. That's the thing. We all have the freedom of our own opinions and stuff like that. But also, we don't all have to be fucking dicks about it.
Yeah, opinions are not facts.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two different things, and so many people want to push opinions off as facts. That's why to a police officer you can say, "In my opinion, you're being an asshole." You just went, "You're an asshole. You're gonna get in trouble." I don't know where I was going with that. I just thought it was funny.
I think you just wanted to give your opinion about cops.
um, yeah, I totally lost my point. Oh yeah,
Opinion
yeah,
versus
like
facts.
um, you see it a lot. Like we were talking before about like movies and stuff. Like movies that we like. Not everybody else is always gonna like them, and that's okay because those are our opinions. And then there's other people that have the same or opposing opinions that are like, "This is the best movie ever. If you don't like it, you're a piece of shit." Period. I'm like, that's still an opinion. Just because you said it as a fact doesn't mean it's a fact.
But I mean, but the movies we like are the shit though, and they should like them. So it's a fact.
What was that? The driving instructor and Don't Be a Menace that robbed the bank. He's like, "Drive, motherfucker, drive." Be like that, but with movies. Watch Suicide Squad, motherfucker.
It was funny. Speaking of that, there was a caricature or something of the Marlon Wayne's character I saw today. Actually, he didn't send it. I told LP to send it to me. It's so funny because he has that face, but a caricature drawn of it.
Oh, I need that for my phone background.
It's perfect for a fall wallpaper. But he never sent it to me. That bastard.
Okay.
I gotta ask him again. I think Marlon posted it. If he has a Twitter, he probably has it on Twitter or something like that.
Probably.
So look out for that. But yes, Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood is a good movie, and that's not just an opinion, that's a fucking fact. Don't fight us.
I love that fucking movie. I don't care. You know, I had that in a recorded VHS, and my sisters recorded over it. I was so fucking livid.
Ooh, that is punishable by death.
It was one tape, and it had that and Friday on it.
Back to back classics? The hell? That's messed up.
It was
And
messed.
remember those days we had to record things on tape? I had so many tapes of so many movies. Like, oh shit, that movie! I'll have it like on the VCR and like, all right, this is gonna be on too late, so I'm gonna have it
Yes.
recording while I'm sleeping. Wake up in the morning, as you know, I'm like, Blind Fury. This movie's the shit.
Used to
And if
do
you guys
that
never
with
like, shit.
pay-per-view movies. You rent something on pay-per-view and then record it, and you're like, boom, now
Yep.
I own it.
Hell yeah.
I'm smarter
My
than you.
my brother would do something like he works security at some place, and I guess they will get it's true, right? Best Buy, they get the movies earlier before they're sold, right? Like how early
So
do they get?
it's usually a couple days, like, or depending on if it was like a big release, it could have been like the week before.
Okay.
So usually stuff like that used to come out every Tuesday, and so they used to get them like they wanted to get them by Friday the week before, so that they could make sure that they were all accounted for, and then that they were gonna have enough.
Okay.
So like especially those big box sets, we used to take those and like hide them so that we could make sure that we were gonna get one.
That's what I'm talking about.
So there was always like they do inventory and people find all this weird shit. Like,
So I guess my brother had that connection because he would get a movie and they would like double VCR it. And I remember we had Demolition Man and like Mortal Kombat Annihilation before it even got released. But it was like way before because they still have like the little property or something on the bottom. So I don't know how he got these, but
those
he would have.
are um, those are usually a type of demo.
Hmm.
It's like a screening demo.
Yeah.
Those aren't supposed to be released. That means if somebody got caught doing that, they're like super fired.
Yeah, but who's gonna get caught really? That's why I love the Oscar season because these movies get leaked like crazy. And that's
Me
what's like, hey,
too.
look,
That's
I
what was
think
so
that.
great about working at Geek Squad because we used to get all those movies like that, like American Gangster. I
Hmm.
still have my demo cut like that.
The screeners were great.
Yes.
I think, don't quote me, but I think there's a screener of Joker out there
Nice.
because I saw a clip of the end when he's on the talk show, and it was super clear. And it is well soon, not yet, but like the Oscar season is coming soon, so that shit's gonna be like out there.
Like every category should have Joker in it.
Everything. Best comedy. I don't even think that's a category in the Oscars,
I don't
but
watch
it
that stuff.
should be.
I always have fucking with people that watch that stuff. I'm like, well, I guess I have more channels than you.
I don't get it.
Because, never mind. I have more and better shit to watch.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Well, Oscars is about movies, not the Emmys is about channels.
I don't care.
Then the Grammys is
I
about
like I
music.
like what I like, and I don't need somebody to tell me what they like or what won. Even though Suicide Squad is an Oscar-winning movie.
Tell them. Tell them. Tell them about Suicide Squad. What did it win? Like costume or
Yeah.
yeah? All for Killer Croc.
Oh my
Just
God,
that
he's
alone.
so great. Not
Just
beautiful.
that
How
alone.
beautiful.
But where are we going? Yeah, opinions. Everybody got opinions online.
And I brushed up, brushed upon it very quickly, but PC culture I think is the worst. I don't think you could ever try to converse with people like that because they're just going to get they're the type of people that's just going to repeat themselves over and over and be like, what's microaggressions, this and this and that, and why don't we talk this out like two civilized human beings? And no, you're a this and that, and you're a thisophobe and this and that. Like, now you're attacking me, so now you're a hypocrite, so shut the fuck up. And anybody that's like that fits into this little category, you can't converse with them.
No.
I'm not saying like that as an absolute. I never deal in absolutes. I'm just saying I've never met one that I could converse with.
Only a Sith deals in absolute.
Boom.
Which I heard people say that was a stupid quote.
No, it's amazing.
I don't know. People are really harsh on those. Obi-Wan. Yes, exactly. Because they are stupid. That's why you can't talk to people. That's why I just keep it to myself. And I keep a lot of these. I think I mentioned before that there's some things I say on Twitter. I just type it in and then I'm like, nah, and then I delete it. That's in the way of me saying it, but I really don't want to like spark a fire or say my 2 cents because in the end, after I put it down and I'm debating about sending it, I'm thinking to myself, do I really need to? Like, this is like not even worth my time. Like, I don't care. Like, sometimes, like, I don't need to give my fucking opinion.
No, you don't.
Like, you guys don't need my opinion. It's like, whatever. It's not that serious. Trust me, there was like today I wanted to say something to somebody because just this constant defending of female streamers. But I was just like, I'm just keep my mouth shut. It's just whatever. I don't give a fuck.
That's a huge thing that you learn growing up, and it really shows maturity is picking your battles,
Yeah.
knowing when to set. Like if somebody was sitting there like bad mouthing the shit and being racist or something like that, yeah, you want to jump in. Like, dude, that's not cool, you know. But if it's like blah 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 is the best movie ever, I'm like, right on. If that's what you think. That's cool.
Yeah, whatever. That's
What
cool.
do you think? I don't know.
I mean, if I really like the shit, I'm gonna defend the shit out of
Yeah.
it. I'm say, fuck you.
But again, it's a mature mindset to know when to get into a debate like that and when to avoid it. And so like I don't that's another thing that I don't think most people are equipped with. I think, you know, especially the people that just yell out shit or interrupt or just wait for their turn to talk. They're not going to fucking pick a battle. Like they're just gonna shout out shit and fucking they have to be right. And
No, they got a gun loaded with bullets and they're ready to shoot them motherfuckers to get their point across and hit you where it hurts. Hit you right where it hurts. You know, they don't care. They just want to say that they believe they're right. Sometimes people believe they're right too much. It's not exactly a good thing. You know, there's.
I
I mean,
made this meme a long time ago, and it was I'd have to post it again, but it was like,
do it.
how do you know if somebody is like Christian, just had a baby, is vegan, does CrossFit, is a PC baby? And it was like, how? It was like, because they never shut the fuck up about it. And like all of those kind of people that are like way cliquish like that. And again, I don't mean to absolute. I'm not saying all of them. I don't say all. I'm just saying that a majority of those kind of people like that usually have the same kind of mindsets. And there's nothing you can say that's gonna dissuade them. They're never gonna take in new ideas and or empathize with what you're trying to say, and you're never going to have a proper conversation with a lot of people like that. And it's really sad because so many people deal in those kind of absolutes where they're like, it's all or nothing. Well, if you're not doing this right, then whatever. And it's like, not really. Like, that's the whole thing about um what is it called, like instead of like people that are like want all of it, and you're just like, I just want this little bit.
Like the buffet?
Yes, the buffet. I just want a couple cantaloupe and some shrimps. Um, damn it, it's the M word I'm trying to think.
Well, you can't say the
Fuck.
N word.
M.
Oh.
M.
Mm.
It's an M word.
Mother.
Like little.
Minimum. Minuscule.
No.
Minuscule.
Close.
This is a fun game. A word that starts with an M that means little bit.
Like some. Like.
Minute.
We're in there.
Come on, help us out here, chat room.
No.
Minute, yeah. Even though minute looks like minute,
It
no,
does. It looks.
kind of,
They look a lot like.
yeah. Uh,
Fuck! I almost had it.
minuscule. I said
No.
that too. Minuscule, minute.
Moderation. That's it.
Moderation. There it
Fuck! That hurt
is.
my brain.
Moderation. We did it,
People
people.
can't deal in moderation. There's so many people that are like, you couldn't like lightly be a CrossFitter or like dabble in veganism or like quasi be religious. They're like,
Mm-mm.
I have to fucking
All
jump
day,
in with both feet and fucking drown in this shit and then pound it
24/7.
down everybody else's throat because I'm doing this new thing. Like, you can always tell when somebody just got on a new diet because they never shut up about it and
Shut the
they
fuck up.
always want everybody else to do it with them.
Exactly.
It's
And
fucking irritating.
I was in a town of just CrossFitters, and it was scary. It was so scary how serious it was to all these people there. And my mom met a woman years ago when we lived in an old place. She met a woman when she was doing some classes, and this woman was religious, and she kept trying to get my mom to go to church. Now, my mom is not no anti-religion or anything like that, but my mom is a religious person. She believes in God and Jesus and all that stuff, but she doesn't have to fucking like go to church all the
Right.
damn time and like blah blah. She believes in it, she follows it, but she doesn't like she's not super religious.
That's
And
what's
this
funny
woman,
about like the modern church won't adapt the Dead Sea Scrolls as
mhm,
scripture. And one of the things in the Dead Sea Scrolls says the church is not a place, it's a personal time with you and your God or
that's how
whatever
it should
you
be.
believe in. That's what church is. It's not a building.
Preach.
But if they were to adapt that, then they'd have to close down all the churches that make them all this money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This room right here, this is my church. This is my personal time. Me and all my religious symbols here, like the Power Rangers and Trigon. But yeah, like my mom would like dodge this woman all the time. Like she would just come and just be like, "How you doing?" Blah blah. You know what could help you? Jesus. I'm like, no.
I
She's
have
like,
an
no.
uncle like that, and he does it at the most inappropriate times. Like, my cousin got in a bad wreck, and her ex-boyfriend, best friend, was in the car, and he died. And he was like, you need to give your life over to Jesus. And it was like, dude, this is really not the time for that.
Yeah,
She's in mourning, and you're shoving this shit down her throat. Like, you need to
yeah,
get the fuck out of the room.
yeah.
And I grew up in the Bible Belt, and one of the first things people always ask you when they first meet you was, what church did you go to? And then I went from that to live in California, and everybody asked, what gym do you go to? It's the same mentality. It's different subject matter, but it's the same type of mentality.
So what would we be?
Nerds.
Then I guess that's our church, our
I don't
religion.
know, because I don't shove my nerdiness down people's throat. I'm like, you gotta watch fucking Joker, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of you.
I don't know, man. It sounded like you were forcing Danny over there to go watch Joker.
I was heavily persuaded. And I just said how much I liked it, and then I was like, oh, and this one part was cool, and this happened, and then Danny was like, oh, now I want to go see it. I was like, you totally should. It's really good.
You
That
see,
was as
Danny
far
even
as I went.
agreed. Danny even agreed. Well, you did to me.
I wasn't like, motherfucker, if you don't go see this movie, I'm gonna kneecap you with this pistol.
You should have.
I don't have a pistol.
Yeah, no,
But throw
definitely.
these hands.
Yeah, I definitely don't like people trying to shove it. Like, I guess I get it the same way. Like, no, I don't try to. I would say like, hey, this is really good. You should watch it. You should check it out. Blah blah. It's really really good. And then I think I got to the point where I just leave it. You know, like I watch
Yeah,
what I
just leave it
watch.
like that.
Yeah, I watch what I watch, and it's cool with me. And then I'll mention it, and then hope like they'll be like, oh really? I should I'm interested. Let me see this. But my friend is like, yo, you should, and you should do this and this that, and yo, check out this new game coming out, and blah blah, like overhyping it to the point that I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, now you
Like,
don't want to. Or
yeah,
when
like you're
people
doing too
say
much.
you have to, like, oh my god, you have to do this thing. And I'm like, no, I'm not, just because I'm contrarian and I'm not going to do anything you tell me to do.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be like, you have to watch John Wick. You have no say.
When people ask me about stuff, oh, have you seen this? Did you like it? I'm like, I liked it. I recommend it. That's where I leave it. I'm not like, bro, you need to go fucking see this movie. I'm going to murder your entire family. Like,
That's how you should be, though. That's how I'm gonna be now.
you
Like,
haven't
hey, did you
seen the
see
third
this?
John Wick. I'm going to fucking murder your entire family.
I got them right now. I have all their addresses and a fucking drone outside their fucking houses. If you don't see this in the
Finger
next
on the
freaking
button.
48 hours, the people will die.
Sounds like a weird Riddler trap.
Right? Pop quiz, hot shot. If you don't watch John Wick 3 in the next 48
You're gonna
hours,
die.
I'm gonna kill your family.
It's like a Saw trap. It's like, I want to play a game.
Oh shit. These games are not like they're fucked up. And what makes them think that they're gonna do some of the things? I think about
Survival.
I think about that when I see that shit. Like
Speaking of
what?
which, and not to get off topic, I watched Escape Room
How was it?
yesterday, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah?
It was fucking amazing. It was so amazing. I was mad I didn't go see it in the theater.
It'd be like that.
It's like that.
It'd
Well,
be
for
like
me.
that. It'd be
Yeah, it
like
was
that.
rad. And it totally had the Saw vibe. Like, if they would have done like a twist ending and have been like Jigsaw, like the little puppet thing came out, I totally would have felt within the same universe.
They would be like, game over.
I'd have shit. You know, the funny
Oh.
story about that is when the first one came out, I took my ex-fiance to see it, and we were already broken up. And she was doing that whole phase where she wanted to like try to be friends. And so
Uh-huh.
I
I
was like,
hate that.
okay. And I took her to see that movie, and she was like shit scared the whole movie. And then I took her back home, and she goes, did you take me to that to like give me a message or something? I was like, what? That I'm gonna like kidnap you and put you in a small room? She's like, yeah. I was like,
Game over.
game over.
You should have played that and drove off.
I need that music just on cue. That and the wrap it up music. I just need them ready at all times.
Wrap it up, B. The funny story to
Wrap it
me
up.
with Saw was we were in front of this mall and they were closing. We were outside, but the doors, there's the mall, then this area with other doors to go out, but they locked it. So people came out and they're like, they're trying to get out, and they couldn't get out. And I was like, yeah, it's like Saw. I was like, we were just all cracking up out there, but they couldn't find a fucking door to get out. They were
They
just
should have just
locked in.
had like a big timer come down and start counting down and just like a voice in the background. Like, I want to play a game. And everybody would have flipped the fuck out.
Yeah. You like to go spend lots of money, but you gotta go pay bills and your kids.
People just like on the floor crying, like rocking back and forth like an autistic kid.
And we're just watching it through these glasses.
I'm terrible.
This is the great thing. Yeah, Miss, fucking deaf people. It's the one highlight that people are gonna remember this is you making fun of deaf people.
Clip it.
Clip that shit. Go back. Clip it.
Danny, clip that shit. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B.
Before Hammer of Venus does something else that's gonna get us in trouble.
You start. I'm not even gonna say. Just a bolt of lightning just hits me and my hair goes up in flames.
Right. But this has been episode 16. We're happy to have you guys here with us once again. I was afraid this wasn't gonna happen because my computer decided to be a bitch this
late as shit.
And I was late, but we made it up. We even went over our time limit. Or maybe we did make our time limit because I came late.
Both.
Ah, there you go. So, Hammer of Venus, tell them where to go if they want to listen to this.
Over there. You can always find replays here at twitch.tv/Machine Room Podcast. Also, if you want to listen later, audio only, you can go to Google or Apple Podcast, or we're also on Spotify for free. You can find links to everything that we just said at machineroompodcast.com. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, send us an email at ask@machineroompodcast.com. Also, we are asking for anybody, if you can please share anything at all, even if it's just $1, to www.stackup.org/donate. It's a wonderful community to bring our armed forces veterans into the gaming community to help them cope with depression and suicidal thoughts, and to just, bring them into our world and welcome them with open arms. So if you can please donate anything to this organization, we fully support them 9,000%. And we'd love you forever. And you can find Naz on Instagram and Twitter at Naztradamix. And you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at HammerofVenus. And we're here on Twitch every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Central. And don't drop the soap.
Don't you dare. Thank you for joining us. You are now all Machine Room ready. And we'll see you next week on episode 17.
Good night.
Woo woo!